Hey, hello there, folks. RJB here, back again with Brain against Byul. We had 3 games so far already, and we're going to dive into game number 4. Game number 4, Brain and Byul. And a short little recap before we really get into game number 4, whatever comes after. In game number 1, Brain, the player we're looking at right here on the bottom right of the map, played an extremely strong multitask focused game where he just got the lead over Byul with really good mass attack and at the same time dropping from the sides, from both sides. He played it really well. He found openings, created openings, and basically stretched Byul's attention span so thin that he just couldn't respond to the drops properly or in time. But in game number 2, Byul here on the name Gumdor on the 12 spawn location managed to take advantage of build order advantages and Brain overextending too far across the map into Byul's base and getting surrounded by zealots from behind twice. Like it happened in both of the last 2 games. Brain went too far, too deep, and Byul closed the gates behind him, killed his army, and counterattacked, and then with expert, precise control, managed to stay in the lead by losing as little as possible while killing the most he possibly could. Which leads us to the score you can see at the top, 1 for Brain and 2 wins for Byul. So both players here going for Nexus first, but Byul goes for a slightly faster gateway. Let's switch to red versus blue just to make it easier to see. And Brain also gets double gateway at the same time. So that explains why Byul had a gateway earlier. He went for a gateway as soon as he had 150 minerals. Brain saved up minerals to get 2 gates at the same time. But effectively, it doesn't really change anything. It doesn't really change anything. Except, of course, that Byul went for triple gateway again. And Brain went for double gateway and double gas. Now, I do think that Brain is far enough away from Byul's base for this to not really affect him too much, because he is going to have less units, he's going to have less minerals, because he will have to put 6 probes on the gas, whereas Byul only has 1 gas, so he'll have 3 probes mining more minerals, which also, of course, finances the production from the 3rd gateway. So yeah, Brain will have to play with less, Byul will be able to play with more, but Byul will have slower technology. At least he's got less gas income. You can already see Brain has almost 100 gas, Byul only just now reaching about 40. And both players have a cyber core, no forges on the way. Both players are now about finding out about what the other is doing. Brain goes into Byul's base, and very soon we can see right here the probe from Byul is getting into Brain's base. Although he's going to try to catch it with the zealot and prevent it from entering. Now that is bigger than you would think, because that of course denies any information about what Brain is up to. That was a really good response. Like those kind of things are vital. Hiding what you're doing for as long as you can will give you an advantage over your opponent, because now your opponent doesn't exactly know what you're doing. They cannot go for an exact counter strategy. They have to just kind of try to cover multiple options that you as a Protoss are going for, you as an opponent are going for. So it goes for a Cyber and a Citadel of a Dune, and Brain is actually doing the same thing, but he has way more gas, so he's probably gonna go for Dark Templars. Don't want to call it for certain. There's a Force Scump as well. He might go for robotics and then a Temple's Archive. I'm not too sure. There's a robotics on the way there on the bottom, actually, yes. So probably going to be storms. There's a Temple's Archive. It's going to be very fast storms here from Brain, who's on the double gateway, against a triple gateway there from Byul. Byul is going for... He's got a lot of Dragoons coming onto the map. He's got more Dragoons coming onto the map than... Oh, he's going to catch those Dragoons. Cuts off the escape path, keeps them trapped, splits them up, catches one, the other one's going to try to get away and die. So that's the first little victory there for Brain, the first small little win on the map. First person to really lose anything of value is Byul. Now Byul has more supply, because he had more gateways, but all his technology has been very much delayed. And I think he didn't actually see the Tempest Archive Order Robotics at the bottom. And I'm not even sure if he saw that it's only a double gateway and not a triple gateway, but maybe he did the math and added the amount of units together and then realized, you can only have 8 units if you went for a double gateway instead of 3, because otherwise you would have, of course, more units. You would have like 12 units, maybe 11. So that explains why Byul is now going for the attack. He noticed that you only have 8 units. That means you have 2 gateways, I've got 3. I'm gonna try to push the advantage I have with this superior force, superior fighting force. Can I make you bleed? Can I make you feel the pain? The Templar are on the way. One is already out on the middle there. It's going to push the Dragoons and Zealots back. It's going to try to do as much damage as he can. Trying to ignore the damage from the Dark Templar. Going to try to stutter step away from the DT. Let the Zealots die. Going to try to snipe the Dragoons first. We have Storms and Shuttles on the way for both players. We have a support bay in the back there for Brain. Zealots are being sacrificed. He's going to try to kill as much as he can with the Zealots. Does a little more damage on the Dragoons, but the Dark Templar comes out and saves the day. The Dragoons there, though, from Byul, all returning back home. He's got 2 High Templars. Shuttle is almost finished. Brain already has a shuttle. No, he has... Oh, yeah, there it is. All the way over on the left side of the map. Shuttle is flying to the top side. And he's gonna maybe try... Okay, so here's what he's gonna do. He's gonna distract with the 2 Dark Templars to draw a vision away from the shuttle, or attention away, or he's gonna try to clean out the sides. He's gonna clean out the sides with the Dark Templars. One is gonna go for a frontal attack because there's nothing here spotting the shuttle. Oh, turns around, goes in. Dark Templar coming over the front side, flies in, redirects himself a little bit. 2 High Templars are there 2 High Templars in there? 1 High Templar in there, tries to storm, there's no... Gets him pretty well, kills 10. There's definitely another High Templar in there, or was it just a single one? Drop there coming into Brain's base. High Templar on the scene running away, High Templar staying alive. The probes are too far away from the High Templar to hit them. He's dancing, he's waiting for Storm Upgrade. Storm Upgrade finishes up, but he only has a couple of them. But is there another High Templar in there? One more High Templar in there. Brain pulling his Dragoons back to try and snipe the shuttle, try to save the economy. His own shuttle got taken down there. Dark Templar there still on the side. Templar unloads, the Templar dies. Reaver takes down the High Templar immediately. So Brain gets out on top, but very messy interaction. He was not mining for a very long time. Wasn't expecting the drop at the exact moment that it landed. Didn't have enough Dragoons to kill it. Got attacked at the same time as well from a gateway force. But Brain has a slight little advantage with workers, but his army is slightly smaller as well. But he has a Reaver. Reaver makes a huge difference. But he have to use a shuttle to keep the Reaver from taking damage. Drop there also, flying from Brain. They're over the right side, looking for a way in. So both locations, action is happening. Flies in over the right side, flies in deeper. Templar unloads. Templar hits Byul really hard. It goes down to 13. That's a GG. It's over. There's literally nothing you can do to salvage the game at this point. It's over. Drop there from Byul, though. He's going to try. Maybe he believes he still has a chance. If this one drop manages to land and kill a lot of probes, maybe, just maybe, he believes that he still has a chance. He believes he still has a chance. His army is bigger than Brain. Like, there's a 40 worker difference, and he has about a 40 supply difference. So actually, the armies might be about the same size. He's going to try to fly over the top. He's going to go with the Dark Templars first. Observer finds and sees the shuttle, though, so Brain knows it's coming. Shuttle takes some damage. It's on low HP. Gonna try to fly around. Dragoons are on the chase. Templar on low. Triple storms on the Dragoons. He cannot. He's got to keep flying away. Shuttle is too slow. No speed there on the shuttle. Dragoons are on the chase. Templar goes down, and that got cleaned up quite nicely. Shuttle there on the bottom side gets hit by a cannon. It's on very low HP now. Like, it's never gonna get in. Flies in, and he's gonna call GG right now. I knew it. Brain takes home game number 4. Very strong performance. Different build orders clashing against each other. But Brain managed to prevent any significant damage from occurring. Dealt with the drop from Byul really well. Whereas Byul did his best to prevent getting hit by the storm. Still lost 10 probes. You know, that's the first little thing that put him behind. Then another drop made its way across the map and hit him again. Down to 13 probes. You are never going to recover from only having 30 probes left in your mineral pile. It's never going to work. It's not going to happen. So we go to game number 5, where now Brain or Byul are going to put themselves into the lead. We have 2 wins for each player so far. And you can notice from these games that these players are pretty much evenly matched. They're pretty much on the same level, I would say. Pretty much on the same level. The micro, the build order understanding, pretty much everything that's happening is pretty much at the same level. And that doesn't of course surprise anyone. I mean, both players have played in the ASL. Both players are technically professionals, although they never actually played for a team, which means they're not professionals. They're more like semi-professional, but they played in ASL, and I'd say you're a professional when you've competed in a tournament at the highest level for money. I'd say at that point, you are a professional. Let's just keep it like that. You play in ASL, you are a certified, true, bona fide pro. So Brain here, red Protoss, or no, let's make it a pink Protoss against the yellow, that's also pink. Magenta, this is magenta against pink. So what are these 2 players gonna do? I'm gonna have a sip of my drink while we just watch and look at them building nexuses and forges and gateways. So Nexus and Gateway, once again for both players, but this time around both of them get their Gateway at the same time. Might they be planning on doing the same build order, or are they not going to do the same thing? Not the same thing. Byul's gonna go for triple Gateway, Brain goes for Gateway, Forge, and a Gas. He's going to be playing defensive, and he's going to be hoping and praying to the gods above that he will take so little damage that he doesn't fall behind on Byul. That's always the one thing you're gambling on when you go for a defensive build order, is that you're gambling that your opponent will not outplay you and get an advantage. It's always easier to do damage when you have more units. That's just, that's kind of obvious, but I gotta say it. You cannot make a mistake when you're playing defensive, because games can quickly snowball out of your control, and that's not what Brain wants. Brain wants to, of course, stay in control, which again is kind of obvious, but that's just the way it is. You and I, we both know Brain is playing a difficult situation right now. He's got a cannon there in the back, gonna get a cannon on the top as well. That's a pylon. Some double gas cybercores are finishing up for both players. Byul's cybercore is a little bit delayed compared to Brain. We have a Citadel of a Dune on the way for Brain, but where is it hiding? There it is. Is he gonna go for fast Dark Templars, or is it gonna be a drop to it again? There's no second gateway there yet. There's no robotics yet. Wait, there's robotics. It's gonna be very fast drops. Is it gonna be Reaver drop first, or is he gonna go straight into High Templar drop? This is a little risky, because we can see that Byul is going for Dragoons, so Dragoons can stand at a safe distance and kill the gateways without ever taking any return damage, and a single Zealot is not really gonna deter those Dragoons from invading and attacking. So this is gonna require for Brain to play at the ultimate perfection to prevent any damage. It's gonna have to be perfect from this guy. The Dragoons are out for Byul. No range there yet. He's getting a Citadel of the Dune as well. I was expecting range from Byul, but he's not getting range. I think if Byul went for range and robotics right here, he could just get an Observer and absolutely destroy Brain under 7 minutes, because he would be able to get Observers with the robotics and use the Dragoons to kill the gateways and peel away the outer layers of Brain's defenses and his base. Keep him contained, keep him small, use the micro, use the skills he's got under his belt, and just kill him. We got a robotics on the way for Byul, actually. Robotics is on the way, and a forge as well. He's gonna try to stay in that corner, use the Zealots to block. Some great micro there on display. Let's zoom in a little bit closer, very close. Oh, that little step back, that little step backwards, that is the kind of stuff that I like. Dark Templar's on the way though, and a High Templar as well. Shuttle spawns. He's getting Storm, he's gonna go for the robotic skill. Dark Templar comes in, Gonna kill the Dragoons before the robotics goes down. Zealot, they're gonna help out. And he's gonna try to kill it before it is too late. We have a support player on the bottom, getting speed shuttle there, flies and picks up the High Templar. We have an observer. No, he's skipping on the observer because he knows the observer will never arrive on time. He knows he went for robotics a little bit too late, so he's not going to get the observer. He's getting the observatory now, but he got the Tempest Archive first. So maybe he's trying to get a drop out before the observer. I'm not too sure, but it's interesting to see Byul play this and try to understand what exactly he's doing. The Dragoons are on a chase. They're trying to hunt down the shuttle and trying to kill it. Shuttle there flying over the bottom side. He's gonna maybe catch it. He's very close. It's running away. Shuttle speed is still not ready yet. It needs to just whoa, he's got no range on the Dragoons. So the no range on the Dragoons is backfiring now because he would have been able to shoot on the shuttle if he had a range, but he's got no range on the Dragoons. So he couldn't shoot on it, so it's still pretty much on full HP. Trying to try to intercept it with the Dragoons, but they're too late. Their Temple there slows them down. Shies flies in with the shuttle. Probes are running the safe. He's going to storm on wherever he can. He's got 6, 7, 8 kills, so that's a pretty good difference. 7 probe difference at the moment. It's something. Like any small little lead that you can take, you got to take it. And you're going to be happy with it. You're going to be happy with it. So we'll get 3 more gateways. We've got a total of 8 gateways. Gonna go for number 9 there as well. Number 9 gateways. Getting zealot speed. Wait, does he only have zealot speed? I don't see any zealots, so I doubt it. Yeah, he's getting zealot speed right now. He's getting Dragoon range as well on level 1 attack. This Brain is already getting all of that. He's got 5 more probes at the moment. Getting Kandarian Amulet for faster Templar energy. Dark Templar's there in his base, hurting him. He's got no observer, but he has detection from the cannon, so he can kind of stay at a safe distance, but that does mean the Dragoons from Byul can kind of skirt at the outsides, while the Dark Templars protect the Dragoons by skirting just outside of cannon range. So it's a very interesting interplay here going on. We got an observer there from Byul inside of Brain's base as well, so Dark Templars not going to work there for Brain. Getting an observatory right there. And he's getting more shuttles. He lost the observer, the robotics on the top side. Another dropper coming over the top. There's nothing in between. Nothing in between. This is going to be dangerous. He's putting his Dragoons into position. He knows it's coming, but he doesn't exactly know where it's coming from. So they're not in the exact right position. He knows it's coming, though. He knows it's coming because he saw it leaving Brain's base. He saw it leaving. But where is it coming from? It's going to go for a small little frontal attack to distract. So first, frontal attack, distraction, force Byul to pay attention to the front, and then the drop is going to go in. He sees too many units, he turns around, goes in, finds a very good spot, goes in right in between by pure chance, arrives on the scene. The Templars unloading, 1 storm, 2 storm, dodges both the storms. Ooh, that was very close. He did lose about 5, but he managed to prevent serious amounts of probe loss. Drop there from Byul on the bottom side. Dragoons are in between. It's going to be very difficult to get in there. Very difficult. Observers are moving to the sides to get vision on the high ground. This one is... oh, this is shuttle. Observer goes to the bottom, finds the shuttle. Shuttle from Brain going across the map. Going and... going to try to hit the exact same location from earlier, where Byul is going to try to distract to open a hole for that shuttle to go in with. Dragoons there, find the shuttle, dies, goes into Byul's base, and ooh, loses... Oh, down to 13 probes. Disaster strikes again. Brain's multitasking playstyle working out better, and Byul just happening to be making some mistakes here and there that turn out to be an advantage for Brain. So Brain played the defense perfectly, lost the robotics, didn't care because he had to shuttle out, the High Templar out, went for the counter drop, and Byul kind of paying the price for not going Dragoon Observer. By having the Citadel of Adun in between, slowing him down, not getting Dragoon range. If he had Dragoon range, he would have probably won the game, to be honest. He just didn't want to get Dragoon range. Just didn't want to get the fast observer. Drop comes in, drop flies in over the top side. They're going to try to snipe it. No, doesn't snipe it. Templar unloads too far away, though. Storms and hits him not too hard. Kind of a soft hit and taps out GG. He had to hit a really hard storm to stay in the game. But if your opponent still has an economy but you don't, you're not ever gonna win. So Brain wins 2 games in a row, gets himself 3 wins on the board against 2 from Byul, and we're gonna go into game number 4. Game number 6. Game number 6. To see who is gonna be. Is Brain gonna win it in the next game, or is Byul gonna equalize the series by giving himself win number 3, which would tie up the series 3-3 and bring us to a game number 7. So far, the play has been kind of intense. Like, I didn't like the choices Byul made in the last game. I understand his choices. They're not bad choices, but I just don't think they were the most optimal. If he defended the drops from Brain, he would be in the lead. But because Brain landed all of his drops, Byul naturally falls behind. Byul was trying to go for a bigger army playstyle and try to snipe the shuttles out of the sky, but you gotta actually snipe the shuttles out of the sky for that to work. Because if you get hit, you lose your massing capacity, whereas Brain just keeps up building and growing his economy and his massing capacity. Which happened last game. This game though, Byul is going for a 7 pylon and a 9 gateway, whereas Brain is going for a nexus first. So Brain, if it gets found early, is going to be suffering from a supply count deficiency, for which the prognosis is tons of damage taken if he gets found early and if he doesn't have a proper counter to it. Although Byul is throwing me a curveball and making me say some really stupid stuff. Like, I tried to sound cool and smart and intelligent by using difficult words that didn't have to be said and didn't have to be used, but Byul going for a gateway nexus. Not what I was expecting, and Brain goes for nexus, gateway forge. Kind of what I was expecting. And a very early gas there from Byul as well. Interesting deviation from what we usually see. What is he gonna do? He got found pretty early though. Like, he got found pretty early. So, is Byul gonna arrive here on time to hit those probes with some smacks from a Psy Blade, or is the cannon gonna finish up right before then? Zelda's still pretty far away. I think the cannon is gonna be up and okay, and the probes are gonna survive and not take any damage. So, he is still scouting the map. He hasn't found Byul yet. Byul went for a Cybercore and a Forge and a second gateway and a second gas as well. Brain is getting his first gas right now, so he went for Nexus, gateway. Zealot. Oh, he actually gets a probe. That was a very good control. Gets probe number 2. No. Does not get probe number 2. Very well controlled there by Byul, but Brain as well responds nicely and keeps the probe count even among the board. We have a Citadel of Aduna on the way there for Byul. Let me change the colors to make it a bit easier to see. I don't like the green versus green scheme. It's basically green versus green. I don't like it. So we have blue Byul here on the name Gumdor, and by Brain on the name by Brain. We have a 4 gas. Holy Jesus Christ. This is something I've never seen. I've never seen anyone go for a 4 gas. Never in my life have I seen this. Triple gas there for Byul. Citadel of Aduna, and we have, what's that? Citadel. I just don't know what Brain is planning on doing here. I do know that Byul is going for drops, because he has Tempest Archive on the way, he's got a Citadel of Aduna, he's got a Robotics. Brain is getting a Robotics, and I assume a Tempest Archive soon as well. Is he just going to be drops against drops, but 4 gateways? 4 simulators? So the difference here is that Byul has 9 probes mining gas, excuse me. Brain has 12 mining gas, so that means less minerals coming into the bank. Does Brain actually need this much gas? That's my question. Does he need the gas from 4 simulators? Because Byul is doing kind of the same thing on 3. So I've got some doubts here about the efficiency of Brain's build order. You can see his gas is going up very, very high. Very, very high. His minerals are kind of low compared to Byul's. He's got just less stuff producing, less stuff happening. So there's a storm coming up there for... Wait, is he... Weapon and speed for Zealot? And Dark Templars? Support bay coming up. Vision on the side there from Byul with those Dragoons, scouting the map, looking for things to kill and for vision to destroy. 2 Zealots are on the middle, got Zealots in the front and a cannon for detection. Honestly, I'm not too sure what's happening here. So Byul went for Storm. We got Brain going for Storm now and Speed. Byul also has support by finishing up right there. He's got Observatory for Observers. He went for a Shuttle Observer. Gonna get Speed very soon, probably. There's the Speed for Shuttle. Shuttle with the High Templars. 2 High Templars flying across the map, ready to fly in and hit some probes. Got a Dark Templar there hunting for vision, hunting for Dragoons, hunting for things to kill. That's the job of these Dark Templars, just pushing away the Zealots and Dragoons, taking away vision to clear a path for his own shuttle to fly towards Byul's base. Byul's drop there gets spotted by the Dark Templar by pure chance. That's some really good luck. Although this pylon would have probably seen it as well. But just the Dark Templar spawning it like 5 to 6 seconds before the pylon gives Brain more time to respond and formulate a response to take down the shuttle or pull his probes to safety. Let's get more vision. There's some cannons up on the side. We have Dark Templar in Byul's space, so that's valuable information because now we can find a pathway to fly in. The Dragoons don't have range, so they cannot take down the shuttle behind the high ground, but the Dragoons are on the hunt. They know where it's coming from. You saw it moving to the right side there. Drop there from Byul goes in over the bottom side. Brain is not responding. He is responding, pulling probes to safety. Templar unloading, Templar storming, Templar... I'd say killed about 3. Maybe 4 probes, maybe 5. I think it goes 5 because Brain had a 2 probe lead. And now there's a 5 probe lead there for Byul. Observer finds the shuttle there, so Dragoons move into position to take it down. Level 1 attack is on the way there for Brain. Is finished up right now. Templar at the bottom still hunting down, getting chased down by an Observer. Drop goes in, but it gets sniped out of the sky immediately. Templar storms on the Dragoons, does some damage. Dragoons of course step out of it. So I'd say so far, Brain has fallen behind by a tiny little fraction. It's like 2 probes difference, and I'd say about 15 supply difference in army size, because he has less gateways. Byul has more gateways, so Byul has been producing more units. He also has only 3 gas, so he's been mining less gas, which gives him the opportunity to build more Zealots and more Dragoons, compared to Brain with more gas coming in and less minerals. So you see a couple small little trade-offs happening on both sides. Level 2 attack already on the way there for Brain. Whereas I don't think Byul's level 1 attack finished yet. Level 1 attack is on the way there. Giving Templar energy for faster storms. Double shuttle there on the top. Kills the Observer. Splits up, goes in over 2 directions. But gets sniped on both of them. The set... Oh, he was within range. Another one goes in and unloads High Templar storms. And he hits him pretty hard. So he recovers from a... I'd say 3 probe difference up to a 12 probe advantage. So we killed about, I'd say, 15 probes in total. That was a really good setup. Unloading the High Templars to kill the Observer, to take away vision on the high ground, and then split up the 2 shuttles from 2 directions and juggle them, dancing back and forth, going from 2 directions to hit those probes. That was some really high level stuff. Dark Templar there gets into Brain's base, scouting the side. We have a large group of cannons in the middle of his base. Haven't seen that either. This is another first time I'm seeing this. Like what Brain is doing, I've seen the concept of going for the fast Templar storms and the drops. Drop comes in over the front. High Templar unloads. Shuttle still alive on 6 HP. 6 HP shuttle kills a lot of probes. That was beautiful. Puts him back in the lead by 7 probes. That shuttle had 6 HP. Another drop comes in over the bottom side. It's a double drop and Tandre. Double combo, wombo. down to 33. Oh my god, the wombo combo trickery there from Byul working out perfectly. Perfectly. A little bit of luck with a 6 HP shuttle, but oh boy, that was a treat. So they're gonna take out that vision there on the side. Take away that vision, that warning system. Byul is in the driver's seat. He's in the lead. He's got 70 more supply than Brain. Brain is making a desperate move. He has to move now. So he's sending out his army to function as a distraction and sending out a shuttle drop to function as the killing blow. It's a double drop. But so many Dragoons there on the right side. He knows it's happening. He's got vision on the left side, on the bottom here. So he knows the drop is not coming over the bottom. So everything is here on the right. Shuttle is leaving over the left side of the map as well, but flies through an observer. Maybe Brain has seen it. Maybe he has not. Armor in the middle there is taking a very long time, killing the cells that attack from behind. So his army has shrunk, which means the power of his attack has diminished severely. This attack is going to have to distract for long enough to allow the two shuttles to get in, but Observer there on the high ground goes for hallucination, flies in, goes in deep. Byul storms on the hallucinations, takes down the shuttles, no high tempos unload, beautifully defended, and now a drop of his own, goes in over the bottom side. Zealous unloading, taking fire away from the cannons. Templars unloading as well, hitting him pretty, hits his own shuttle, but kills a lot of probes. Nice, 11. Oh, even more kills, down to 20. This is a done deal. It's over. It's GG. Brain cannot possibly survive this. He's 100 supply behind. His build order was interesting, but Byul having the faster shuttle storm, having the faster observers, having more control over the vision of the map, having more Dragoons back at home to defend, has allowed him to simply win this game. Brain's drops just had so much trouble getting in there, whereas Byul's drops kind of just flew in there every single time without anything stopping them. Now, these Dragoons are away from home. He's trying to take away vision that Byul has of the map, but he needs the Dragoons here back at home because a drop is your last chance, I admit. A drop is his last chance, but a drop there from Byul over the right side, going in over this entirely unprotected, undetected site. Flies in, storming on hallucinations. Templars unloading. The ropes have split up in two directions, but he still kills about 7 of them. Dropper there, coming flies into Dragoons. And the Templars unloading. Feedback, storms him, down to 44. But the feedback there might have saved more probes than he killed. And you're back in Brain's base. The cannons are going down. The Archons marching forward. Level 2 attack there for Brain, but level 1 attack there for Byul. Level 2 attack for Brain is helping him out. They get level 1 armor and shield, and level 2 attack on the way there for Byul. Brain is getting level 3 attack. But that might not keep him in a race, because we got a big move out here from Byul. Every single unit he's got is moving across the map to kill Brain once and for all, and tie up the series 3-3. Gonna try to push it to a 3-3 score. Gets in there. Brain is kind of splitting up, trying to get a surround on these units, letting the cannons do maximum damage. Drop there over the left side. He's got some Dragoons there in between. He's got one Zealot, 2 head temple. He calls GG. It's over. Drop doesn't have to come in. The economy is toast. Burned to a crisp. And Byul wins game number 6, so 3-3 score. Ooh, this got much closer than I thought it would. I kind of, before I went into this, had expectations, feelings that Brain would kind of walk away with this PvP, because most oftentimes Brain wins these. Like the most recent series that I cast between these two, that was a PvP. Brain won by like 4-1, and the one before that he won by 3-1. So Brain usually doesn't fall behind or lose this much in a PvP, but Byul has been playing an absolutely superb, marvelous series here. He's been playing absolutely on top of his game. He's playing the best he's ever done in PvP. Against the single best PvP player on fastest map in the history of fastest map. Brain, you're on the bottom middle of the map. Byul on the top right of the map. We have the colors white versus dark blue. Now dark blue is a bit hard to see, so let's go red versus blue. I don't like to do red versus blue every single time, but when you've got dark blue, it's just hard to see, man. It's just hard to see on the map. So 3-3 score. This is the final match in what is his best of 7. Byul against Brain. How are they going to close out this series? Brain was live streaming this, so he's got more on the line than Byul, and Byul has more to gain than to lose. Brain has historically always won the PvP sets, but Byul has... In that sense, Byul has nothing to lose. He's got nothing to lose in that sense. Brain, though, has a lot more to lose. When you're considered to be the #1 player who always wins, if you lose, people are gonna wonder, are you falling off? Are you getting worse? Are you losing skill? Or maybe they're thinking, there's a new king in town, and his name is Byul. His name is Gomdor. Or as he's really called, Kang Tae-wan. Kang Tae-wan. That's his actual name. And actually, you gotta look up Brain's real name real quick. God, how could I forget his real name? Like, if I just go to the Wikipedia page and type in Brain, I can find his real name. Let me find it real quick. Song Kyung-hun. Song Kyung-hun. That's his real name. Let me just type it out in the top. Real quick. So we have Byul Kang Tae-wan. You can see at the top, and I'm going to type it out for Brain as well. Sun Kyung-hun. Let me just move it to the side a little bit. It's going to cover too much. I'll just remove it after a little while. So I'm going to keep it up for like a couple seconds there, so you can see it and learn their names. I should probably have included this at the starting screen or somewhere else. I've done this much earlier, but yeah, these are their names. Sun Kyung-hun Brain, and Byul is Kang Tae-wan. Like, the fun thing that I've always found interesting is that in Korea, they don't actually refer to professional players by their gamer names, they just call them by their real names. So for example, Flash is known as Flash to us, but in Korea they also kind of know him as Flash, but they just say Lee Young-ho, which is his real name, Lee Young-ho. They just call him Lee Young-ho. Or there's Light. They call him Lee Jae-ho. Almost the same name, Lee Jae-ho, Lee Young-ho. Both play Terran. Both pretty much the best 2 Terrans in history. And then we have Bisu, who is Kim Taek-young. Then we have Jae-dong, who is called Jae-dong. That's his actual name. So yeah, he's one of the exceptions. And there's a lot of other players, of course, who are referred to by their names in the Korean scene, unlike by us outside of Korea who call them by their gamer name. But that aside, we have the game going on here. We have Nexus First here from Brain, and we have a Nexus First here from Byul. Both players went for 3 gateways into Dragoon, so both are kind of doing the same build orders. We have a faster observatory, robotics coming out there from Brain, and we have a Citadel of Doom coming out there for Byul, so he's probably going to go for Zealot Speed with Dark Templars, whereas Brain is probably planning on going for Dragoon range with Dragoons and Observers. That's my guess at the moment. Gonna have to wait and see what happens after the Citadel of Doom. Is gonna go for speed or a Templar's Archive. Templar's Archive. Always a pilot in the front. Pilot in the front there for Brain as well. Brain has a supply deficit at the moment. I think Brain went for his Nexus a little bit slower than Byul did, so he's behind by 4. Went for Gateway Nexus instead of Byul went for the Nexus Gateway. Cybercore, we have a Robotics Forge on the way. Observatory there for Brain. So I was right about Brain going for Observatory. I was maybe right about Byul going for Dark Templars with Zealot Speed. Though he has Dragoons in the mix as well. So Zealot Speed, probably not gonna... Yeah, there it is. I was right. Dark Templars next. Or is it gonna be Storm? What's he gonna do? Storm or Dark Templars? No Dark Templars. Nope. range for Dragoons, level 1 attack. Brain getting level 1 attack as well. No I think he already has range for Dragoons. He gets the Observer. For the Dark Templars, we have Dark Templars on the way for Byul. I was right. I was doubting myself for a minute there, but yeah, I was right. Like, after a while, you kind of know what they're doing based off of what buildings they're getting, what they're not getting, or how they're spending their minerals. You just get a feel for it. You kind of recognize. Even though Fastest Map has so many different pathways for you to take with your build orders, you kind of start recognizing that's gonna happen, or this is gonna happen, or maybe that other thing is gonna happen. You get a feel for it. And that's just because I've seen so many of these games. Like, I've seen hundreds, thousands, I've seen thousands of these games by now. So 8 gateway, 9 gateway there for Brain. Might go for 10. Byul is going for 11 gateways. And that's because Brain has triple gas. So Brain has less probes, but also less probes on the minerals, because he got 3 more on the gas. So he cannot afford the same amount of gateways. And look there, I'm lying, he's got 11 gateways as well. I'm just lying out of my teeth. Support bay there for Brain, level 1 attack. Observers are scoring the map, looking for the Dark Templars. Saves the pylon so the warning system stays alive. But an attack from Byul, they're moving out to... Was he trying to catch those Dragoons from Brain? Lines up his Zealots, going for the attack. Over the front, he's got 10 more supply. I don't think this attack was a great choice, to be honest. Kills the cannon. Forces Brain to micro backwards. Actually, the Zealots are doing a really good job here, because the Zealots take a little bit less damage there from the Dragoons, so Dragoons have triple firing on them. Also, Zealots have a faster attack rate than Dragoons, so the Zealots, even though their attacks individually do less damage than a Dragoon's attack, they just attack faster, so over time they do more damage. But in the end, Brain wins this exchange. More Zealots coming in there. The Zealots just keep on coming. Arc on the mix as well. But I think Byul is losing more than he should be, and was that worth it? I mean, the supply counts are still pretty much the same, but was it worth it? Goes again, gonna try to surround the Dragoons, but Brain doesn't make the mistakes from game number 3 and 2, where he goes out too far with the Dragoons and gets surrounded by Zealots. This time around, he doesn't make that same mistake. Shuttle finishes there with a Reaver, blows up the Zealots, and now supply lead is definitely in favor of Brain. He's got less workers, but more probes. More army, excuse me. More army supply, less probes, but only 2 probe difference, so not that big a difference. So he's gonna try to use the Reaver Shuttle Micro to get himself an advantage here in his choke point. We have a huge surround here from Byul with units spawning. You added 2 more gateways, you got 15 gateways at the moment. Reaver unloads in the front. Gonna do some very smooth micro. Kills the shuttle. Great snipe. The Reaver went in too far to the front. Tries to take it down the width of the Dragoons, but the Reaver stays alive for too long. But the Reaver couldn't really participate as he wanted to. So now he's gonna get surrounded by some Zealots as well. Just a couple Zealots coming from the backside. Or are they clearing out the map? He's clearing out the map with those Zealots. So Brain this time around makes a mistake, goes a little bit too far. Reaver too close to the enemy Dragoons, loses the Reaver and the shuttle, so never gets to really use the advantage of having a Reaver and a shuttle to micro. And Byul comes out on top. Now Byul tried to clean up the sides there, but the Dragoons come in to save the sides to keep the warning system alive. This side though has been cleaned out, so vision has disappeared for Brain over the right side. The left side is still alive. This game is really different from the last couple of games, because the last couple of games were all about shuttle drops, and this time around is all about macro and army. Just all about fighting with micro and macro, and weaving in drops much later. So frontside attack there, from Brain yet again. Supplies are the same. Supplies are the exact same, but there's a Reaver on this side. Goes a little bit too far, gonna pick that one up and fly away, but the shuttle takes almost critical damage, forced to unload. Reaver gonna get taken down. Once again, Brain goes too far with the shuttle. Just a little bit too far with the shuttle, and Reaver are a pretty big investment. Because by going for Shuttle Reaver, you're deciding not to go for a Shuttle Drop on the economy. So you better do some damage with the Shuttle Reaver with this army against army attack. And if you don't do that, you're just giving your opponent more time to get up all the warning systems, all the vision, all the units or protection, all the economy to get bigger and stronger. And that's what happened. Byul is currently stronger than Brain. Supply count is in favor of Byul by a little bit. Byul is continuously sending zealots out to kill the pylons on the sides. Brain is continuously rebuilding them. So this is, again, this is a real drop. This is meant for the economy. Likewise, more vision coming up on the sides on the high grounds with the observers. Still no drop there from Byul, but he's building a shuttle right there in that robotics. Goes in there over the bottom side. Dragoons are moving in to intercept, but turns around, turns away. Brain's army getting deeper in there. Cannons are supporting it from the backside. Tries to fly around, keeps skirting around, he keeps Byul on edge. Drop goes in over the top side. Zealots. He target fired the shuttle with the cannons. He target fired the shuttle with the cannons. That is some next level play. Drop comes in onto Brain. Templar allows nothing storms. He didn't have storm energy research. He didn't have storm researched. Didn't have storm researched. So that is a small little lucky break there for Brain, because that could have been disastrous, but he keeps all the probes alive because Byul didn't have storm researched. So once again, clearing out the sides, saving the sides, drop flies out, doesn't get spotted. Although we still have a lot of protection here with vision on that left side. Once again, going to kill this right side, and the drop is being prepared there in the middle. Getting cannons in those corners as well. Slowly but surely, his defenses are getting better and better. Whereas Brain's defenses are still kind of lacking. Not a lot of cannons here on the sides. Doesn't have as many gateways either. More gateways on the map there for Byul. That's 9, 14, 13, 17, 21, 23. And here we have 10, 15, 19. So yeah, Byul actually has a better base at the moment. Shoulder up there hanging in between. I think it's just outside of vision. Just outside of vision. We have a fight happening on the map for vision because they're both fighting to take away pylons and whatever else there is. They're trying to open pathways for shuttle drops to fly in and kill the economy. At the moment, so both players killing everything on the sides. Drop there from Byul will get spotted by the observer. This observer is still alive there on the side. There's no observer or dragoons here. Oh, drop goes in. Only one dragoon in between arrives on the scene. Probes are running to safety. Templar storming. And he gets quite a good 12 with that one. 9. Gets 21 kills. Now, Brain is behind on Byul by more than just the economy. Minerals are much lower, probes are much lower, less gateways, has less vision on the map as well. So Byul is in a really good position, but I don't want to count Brain out. But the situation is looking advantageous for Byul, but Brain can recover. All he's got to do is hit those probes, although the observer sees the shuttle, so the shuttle's never going to get in. The moons are waiting in between. His army is here getting surrounded and flanked by zealots from behind, so they're stuck there. It's gonna die. He's gonna lose some army supply. He's sending out the remaining army. There's some zealots all across the map. So his army gets flanked here, and now he's flanking the army that flanked his army with his own army. He's gonna try to kill the vision yet again. It's really just a fight for vision at the moment. And Byul is playing this really safe. Okay, kills the shuttle. Byul is just saving up minerals. He's playing very defensive. Oh, he hits him with the storm. Equalizes the probe count, so it was a double drop. Somehow the shuttle got in there. I thought it died, but somehow it got in there. Gets him. Gets him. Really nicely. So Brain now has a worker lead. Build a couple more gateways. I think the gateway count is pretty much the same now. He does have a lot less cannons though, and Byul has a massive bank. Byul is still in a better situation, but The difference in minerals is not as important as you would think. Unless Brain gets storm dropped right now by this large group of shuttles flying across the map. He sees the shuttles with the zealots there, so he might prepare himself for this. Goes in over the right side, tries to storm. It's not hallucinations, it's real shuttles flying in, probes running to safety, Templars unloading, zealots unloading. Oh, he gets 4 High Templars in there. Runs away a little bit further. Templars getting closer, storms, hits in really hard. There's so many High Templars in the back. He's down to 42 probes, down to 35, 31, 24. Man, the 4 Templar drop with like 8 zealots really did a number on him. So exactly what I said. The one thing Brain could not afford to have happen was getting storm dropped. It happened. He's low on money. He has an army. He's moving out with the army. Byul has so many minerals and triple nexus. Like, even if he hits him, Brain is going to be just fine. Brain can afford to lose probes. He has so many minerals, he can easily afford to rebuild his army and his probes at the same time, even if he loses the probes. So many storms at the front. I think this is GG. Drop comes in. Shuttle stays alive. Shuttle unloads. Templar feedback. Hits only a couple probes. The feedback saved him from the second storm. And now Byul's own hallucinated shuttle drop coming over the left top side. Brain supply is very far behind. Templar unloading. That's 1. Hits him. Hits 3. There's 1 more. Unloads the other one as well. Okay, he only got 4, but his army is dying inside of Byul's base. He sniped 1 High Templar as he makes his retreat. There's a pretty good army there in the front, but his economy is in tatters. It's broken, bruised, and battered. So triple shuttle, 8 zealots, and I think 4 High Templars. 4 High Templars and about 8 zealots. Yeah. So he goes in for an attack on the middle. Dark Templars in the mix helping him out. There's no observers on the scene, but a drop is flying over the right side. While this is happening on the middle, Brain has almost no units back at home. He's got only 2 cannons in the back and no units at all. Well, this drop can kill him. Like, he cannot protect himself against the 8 zealots, even if the 4 High Templars did not unload. Comes in, probes running to safety, 4 High Templars and 8 zealots unloading. Hits a couple probes. Gonna kill the cannons. Brain is done for. It's GG. It's over. Brain got murdered. The probes are... The Templars are still... I think, yeah, a couple Templars still in there. He's waiting for the probes to return back home. He's not sending his army back home. He's just gonna go all in. It's now or never. Brain has fallen behind so much. He returns back to the minerals, but there's more High Templars in there. Ready to storm. Kills all the High... Oh, 21 kills. Down to 0. Actually 0 probes. He was down to actually 0 probes. Brutal. Brutality. Murder on aisle 5. Brain comes out on top. Man, excuse me. Brain does not get out on top. It's difficult when both their names start with B. It's difficult. But yeah, Byul wins this best of 7. Very strong display of skill by both Brain and Byul, but Byul in game number 7 just had the better game plan, better execution, better moves, better planning perhaps. Yeah, definitely. He just did better than Brain, which is something you don't often see, but this was just better played. It was close, but better played by Byul. He earned this in every single way. Thank you for watching. It's RGB from RGB TV. Hope you enjoyed this 7-game Protoss against Protoss series. I'm gonna do some other stuff in the next few videos that I hope you will enjoy just as much. I also might have some sad announcements to make about the fastest community, because some things have happened with some players. I'm gonna tell you about that in the next video. So see you soon. Hang on tight. And have a good day.